Hey guys! So for today's video, I just want to talk a bit about starting grad school because I know it's that time of year and that's what's on a lot of people's mind. So I guess here are my unsolicited tips for grad school. First off, for the first month, just take time. Hey Peachy. Hello, baby girl. Sorry, guys. Just take time to find your footing. Like, don't stress about, like, obviously you're in grad school, so you do care, but don't stress about like things, because you will be able to find a balance. It's really hard balancing taking classes, TAing, research, and then moving to a new city for a lot of people. But you've got this, and you have a support system. Talk to people in your cohort. They're going through the same exact thing as you, and it's hard being vulnerable, especially because you feel like imposter syndrome is the strongest when you're first starting grad school, but you're not alone, and you are capable and talented, and you've got this. So just take the first month to get acclimated. Don't overwork yourself, because there's going to be plenty of time to get into the science. Like, the science is always going to be there. So if you go slow and pace yourself, it's better than trying to get everything done. And then secondly, I would say is find your system, like support system. I always say it takes a village to raise a grad student, because it's not something you can do on your own. Like, it's hard and stressful. Like, it's also very rewarding and fun, but there are times where it's just very difficult. And so take the time to get to know people in your department, people in your program, people on campus. Find like organizations that you want to volunteer with, or find older students that you can go to for advice. Just take the time to build up that system, and remember to, like, if you're doing rotations, I'll get to that, but if you're not doing rotations, it's okay to have your advisor and then have your mentor be someone entirely different. Like, your advisor doesn't have to be your mentor. And going into rotations a bit, explore, like, get to know new skills, because even if you're dead set on a lab, most programs for their comprehensive exams require you to do a proposal or come up with some idea that is outside of your research area. So getting that experience from the get-go really helps learn different skills and techniques that you can use, like, throughout your grad school career. And even if you don't end up writing a proposal, knowing these skills can only benefit you. And then in terms of research advisors, like, it is very tempting to go for the advisor who has the, like, flashy research, super well known, and sometimes those are good people, but sometimes they're also really toxic PIs. Like, my advice for a good PI is someone where the grad students are happy. You can tell when grad students are, like, stressed. They're usually in lab all the time and, like, most of their life revolves around their research. But also, a good PI, they have awards and stuff. And instead of being like, oh yeah, this is all my work, they credit it to the lab. Like, my advisor, she always is like, oh, I got this because of my students. I just edited the work and like formatted it. They did all the work and all the research. Like, I'm just here. And it's like, no, you did a lot of this and we couldn't do this without you. But also, I feel very appreciated, and I like that you think of me as a person and not just a pawn to push your career forward. And also, ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. Like, this is your time to... No one's going to think you're stupid. And even later, no one's going to think you're stupid. But asking questions lets you gauge how, like, good the lab and the advisor is. Because there's a lot of advisors who will just ignore your questions or make you feel like you're asking the wrong questions. But a good advisor will take the time to explain things to you. And likewise, good lab mates will take the time to make sure you understand the work. Whereas bad lab mates will sort of just let you float around and confused. And so, like, you want to make sure you have a good advisor, but also good lab mates. And then I guess my last bit of advice would just be to remember that you're skilled, you're talented, you've totally got this, and no one expects you to come in with knowing everything. Like, you're here to learn, and so take this time to learn. The only person you're competing against is with yourself. So at the end of the day, as long as you're learning something new, you're succeeding. Who cares if someone else came in with a master's or came in with industry experience or they've had these classes in undergrad? It doesn't matter because they're going to be on different projects than you are. And even if they know one thing more than you know something else more than them. We all have our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And they give us our own unique perspective. And so what you bring to the table, no one else brings to the table. So just appreciate yourself and your knowledge. And I know it's hard. It's easier said than done. And imposter syndrome really gets in the way. But you are capable and you've got this. So yeah, I guess that's all I have for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I guess if you want any other tips, just ask me. Otherwise, I'm just going to make videos where I talk about things I wish I knew when I started grad school. Okie doke. Bye, guys.